The numbers here, the graphs, even when they're put on screen, they're helpful to understand the framework, but you can get kind of lost. So bottom line, how does this impact businesses, workers? The outcome of the pass-through debate in Congress will directly affect budding entrepreneurs across the country, their employees' paychecks on the line. To get a sense of what actual businessmen and women are saying, we met up with a coffee entrepreneur right here in Washington, D.C. His name is Joel Finkelstein. He owns a spot called Qualia Coffee. Just had one location since 2009. 4 months ago, expanded to a second location. And Finkelstein made the jump from pass-through taxes to a C corporation. I wanted to know, as this tax debate all plays out, what did he want? He told me one thing: predictability. What does qualia mean?
It's actually a philosophical concept, and it refers to the indescribable experience of the senses. And for me, the experience of having a cup of coffee, going back to qualia, is bigger than just the taste of it, right? Yeah. It's more than just the caffeine. It's more than just the flavor. It's the overall sort of relaxation.
As a small business owner, when you hear them saying, "All right, we're going to rejigger America's tax system," what's your first thought?
Well, I mean, there's two things that we, not unlike larger businesses, are affected by predictability, right? So not exactly knowing what our taxes are going to look like from year to year, it makes it difficult to plan what we're going to do. And then the other thing is when we're much more influenced by local jurisdictions. And so when they start to lower taxes nationally, of course, that affects the revenue that comes into local governments, and they often compensate by adding new taxes and fees and charges to small business because it's an easy kind of target without raising the ire of homeowners. What is Qualia Coffee? Is it a... We're an S Corp.
S Corporation, yeah. Okay. And 75... LLC. That's like 75% of businesses in America is an S Corporation. And most of them use the pass-through route.
I'm somewhere in between, probably, a pass-through and a full corporation.
So under the new bills, you would now pay 20% taxes on the corporate level, and then you'd pay individual income. But if it were just a year ago, the pass-through would have been likely higher. It seems it'd be maybe 25%.
From my reading of the regulations that are being proposed, it's very unclear what I would be paying next year. Predictability issue is huge, not knowing whether the law is going to pass, and then second of all, not knowing how they're going to define those that make that distinction, because I do spend a lot of my time doing this business. Like I'm not a hands-off business owner.
Like a silent partner.
Right, so I could very well be, depending on how they define it, I could very well fall under that, this is not the pass-through, or this is a pass-through business, and that we would fall under the higher tax rate. So yeah, I mean, honestly, if you want to keep money in the U.S., if you want to have money circulating in the economy, you're going to do a lot more by supporting, small local businesses than you are by creating some new tax incentives for corporations.
A distillation of what you're saying is you are ready, willing, able to pay whatever taxes are due.
Yeah.
However, it needs to be done wisely and with an eye toward small business owners who, thankfully now you're an established small business owner, but there are millions of others who would like to be, and you think the tax code is important in that.
Right. I mean, simplicity would be great, but predictability is more important, I'd say.